hit go live. I just hit go live. So
Oh,
we ought to be on YouTube.
okay. How can we tell you got another phone?
That's what I'm trying to see. Hold on. Yeah, stream is we live, baby. Is we live?
We live.
Present? No.
Welcome to another couple conversation where we have conversation work.
Where is we at? Is we on now?
Look on your
Refresh.
phone. I need my other phone.
Yeah, we on now.
Kyle, Kyle, let me go. Let me go. I'll be right back. Can I pause my camera? Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
All right, y'all. Excuse us. Excuse us. We was having some technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. But we back and we live. We live, baby.
All right. We got any people on here?
We got it's three of us. You on there?
I'm on here. Oh no, I'm not on there. I'm on here. I don't know what's
Oh,
the
okay,
difference.
okay. I thought you meant like are you on the I meant like was you on the check?
Oh no, no, no.
Okay, good. What up, Cam? Look, we got it together real quick.
Bow, bow,
Real quick.
bow. Hey, okay. So go tell the people T on your phone and tell the people that we on here.
Okay,
Get
let me
them a
share.
little. Yeah, put it on Facebook too.
Sure.
I'm about to get my other phone so I can do it too. Cause I got my handy dandy notebook. About to get
Oh,
into it, y'all.
not a notebook.
Oh, go give me a phone. This phone did. It's
You on
gone.
YouTube. That's what there we go. That's what I needed to see. I was on
What's that?
stream looking at it. Now I'm on YouTube looking at it. Oh
Okay. So what's the difference? So these people not on StreamYard, they just on YouTube?
no. StreamYard brings it to YouTube first.
Oh, okay. But
Let
what
me
about Facebook and Instagram?
I couldn't I was I ain't even add to the other ones.
Okay.
I tried to add to Facebook, but it just I don't know. It say log in to that account and try again. I did that, it still didn't work.
Maybe something.
All right, let me post it on our story, and then we're gonna get into it, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes.
On
Cause
into
I'm
it.
going to bed at 8 o'clock tonight.
Not you.
Yeah, I'm
Not
done.
you.
I'm done doing that. I'm done staying up all night.
Look, and you used to talk about me. You see why?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I was at work like this today.
You see why? Especially if you, I ain't gonna say not if you bored, but like if you got a job where you like chilling, you sitting
Sitting
down,
down, and that's what
girl.
I was doing. Sitting down, listening to somebody talk.
Exactly. So you still you finished with your certification thing yet?
Not completely no, but I didn't even got a job now, so I mean I can take my time now.
Right.
Well, not take my time. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. I can.
They gave you a certain amount of time to finish it though, like you was telling me earlier.
Right, right, right. Well, see, me, I already have one certification already. It's just this school requires me to have an additional one. So really, I
Okay,
could be done if I was working somewhere else, but because I'm working here, I have to get one more.
that makes sense. Put the
Yeah.
link on Facebook too.
So I'm not gonna be able to see people that's commenting on Facebook and stuff. I'm about to get my other phone up and running though, so I'll be able to see. Cause I'm about to say
Why
how I'm
don't
gonna see
you
their
get
comments.
two phones?
I do. It's dead though. I'm charging it right now. So we do our intro on here because we gonna cut all this, right?
We
Or do we
can.
gotta?
We can. Save changes. Oh, okay. Let me copy and paste your string key. What's my string key? Oh baby, what is my string
Well, our
key?
producer, he ain't there.
Who?
Our producer.
Oh yeah, he in the living room. He got a
Oh,
headache. He ready for me to finish cooking.
oh. My topic kind of all over the place. I had so many thoughts come to my head, but I'm gonna just kind of stick to what
I
we.
just watched some videos on a couple of them too. I have some thoughts on it too, but mine's probably gonna be like because we'll get into it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on Instagram.
Okay. We live on Instagram.
I thought so. It's second. It's saying it's
Oh,
on there. Where's my string key? Y'all finna give up.
right down.
Head to Instagram to desktop top and click create live video. If you don't see the Instagram, create live video. Public. Okay. Copy. I'm getting it together, y'all. Here go my string key. I found the string key. Whatever the hell that is.
We
We
learned
live on
something.
Instagram, baby. Is we live on? Can you see us live on Instagram? It's a Instagram check.
I'm still waiting on my phone to come back up. Come on.
What up, C Love? What up, Cam? But anyways, y'all. So welcome back to another cup of conversation.
Where we have conversations worth having.
I am your host, T.
And I am your host, Coco. Hey, we live. We live. We
We at the crib, y'all, and we live. This different for us today because we just got a lot going on. It's a lot going
Yeah.
on. It's August. It's that time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's school, back to school, back to birthday,
Back to
back to this,
school.
back to everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's seem
On
like
top
it's
of
cold
that,
season.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. On the top of the fact that I don't even know what I got, y'all. This is it's crazy because I can hear myself better than I can hear anybody around me. Like I'm in my head. My
Right.
ears sound like I'm underwater. Like I'm like I
Ooh.
don't know. It's weird. I done lost hearing in this ear going, damn motherfucker, damn they're gone too. Like I
Damn.
don't know what this is. I done did some Google diagnosis though, so I think I know what
What
I
is
got.
it? What is it?
But
You
the
want to
doctor
tell
don't
us?
really know what I got.
Okay. What that
I know that's
is?
right, Cam. Take a shot for
What
me.
you say?
He talking
What you
about some I'm
say?
just on my way to get drunk.
Oh, not get drunk. Okay, girl. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
Jam.
Take a shot. That's why I
What
say
about
take a shot for me, because that's as good as it's gonna get right now.
what I about to
Oh,
say? So we like to start our show off with T.
hey girl. You said you like to start our show with say that again? I was reading the
I was
comments.
saying you usually say this part. We like to start our show off with.
Oh yeah. We like to start our show off with the how you feeling and how you dealing segment. So how you feeling today?
I am feeling okay. I was feeling okay up until like 6 o'clock this morning. I started to get a little, well, really before that, because I woke up out my sleep. It was like 4 o'clock. I had started to get a little scratch in my throat. And so
Mm,
I was at work all day, like doing that, but it ain't nothing full blown yet. So I'm gonna try to get ahead of it. But
right.
yeah, it's like a little something going on up in here and up in here. So
Uh-huh.
I'm dealing with it by just getting, getting something together. And other than that, though, everything is good. I don't know if y'all know, I started a new job, so I've been going to training all week, and I've been going to professional development and all this stuff to deal with y'all kids. And so I'm
Professional
really excited.
is something I feel like everybody be needing to go through. If they start in business, they need to go through professional development.
Yes. And that's what I was about. That's what I had. That's what I was kind of getting at too on the on Facebook. Like, people getting into this field, but like one of the fields like you do not want to be in if you don't like to get no training or professional development is teaching. Like, they're gonna professional development you to death. You have to have a certain amount of hours. Some of them hours are free hours. You don't get paid for it. A lot of them you do. Majority of them you do. But some of them, like with me, I did 2 days from like 8 to 12 for free.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah. So a professional development, that's all you do in teaching. Like, learning how to do IEPs, learning how to do behavior plans, learning how to do lesson plans, learning how to do all this kind of stuff. So basically I'm just dealing, because really I be in the trainers being like, oh, I know how to do this, I'm good, I know how to do this. Because like I feel like it's one of them things that you just never forget, really. Like, of course you might have to learn how to learn a new program or something every once in a while, but outside of that, it's stuff you don't never forget. So I'm really dealing with it good. Like, I'm not letting it stress me.
Yeah.
Everybody, when you look to a district, they gave us a mentor. So I have a mentor that's gonna help me work their system and learn their system. So I'm
Hmm.
really good. I'm ready to start school. I'm ready to see the kids now. So
That's
how you
good.
dealing? How you doing and how you dealing?
Ooh, child. That's a broad question for me right now because I have symptoms from A to Z. I feel like,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah.
I don't even know what's going on, y'all. I went to the doctor.
Excuse me.
That was the scariest thing for the doctor to be like, it's not this and it's definitely not that. But it might be this, it's kind of like that. But I think it's just like a new viral infection that I really don't even know about. So here go five
No.
prescriptions. Yep. Yes, a
No.
no. So
Don't tell me
he
that, sir.
prescribed 3 prescriptions and 2 over the counter. He was like, and this is just some suggestions you should get over the counter. So I'm like, damn, 5 pills? And then some of them is double pills. So I'm like, you want me over here turned up? Like,
Right,
or
right,
turned
right.
shit, one of the two. But I don't know. I really don't know, y'all. I I'm dealing, I guess, fine because I'm still going to work. I'm still hanging in there. I can't. It's like I stayed home one day, and it's like
Right,
I didn't need to. Like it didn't seem necessary. So I was like, because I'm not sick per se. My throat ain't hurting. I don't have a runny nose. I just can't hear.
right.
I got a little
Wow.
mucusy. You know, like kind of how you was doing clearing your throat, like a little mucus in my throat a little bit that I'd be coughing up during the day. But other than
Yeah,
that, I've been good though. I really ain't been complaining. If this hearing stuff come back, I'll be a
yeah,
okay. I
yeah,
never complain again.
yeah.
Cause ooh,
I think, I think, I think we coming down with, cause I'm like I told you before this. I had a little stomach bug and it was going around. My nephew had it first. My mom and my daddy was sick. They thought they had COVID. They was so sick. They was down sick, down bad, down bad. Kari had a little bit of a something, but it went away really quick because I got ahead of it. But yeah, I think it's just something in the air, something going on.
yeah, me too. Because a lot of
And I
people said that they had similar symptoms or the same, and oh, child, like I said, that's scary to not know what you got going on. But
right.
scared me.
Um. Well, let's move on into the topic today. You want me to start, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
Okay. So let me say this. So first of all, I seen a video on TikTok. I have two topics in one, kind of like, kind of, sort of. So my first topic is basically, or I wanted to know from you, from everybody that's watching, whether you're coming on now, coming on later, do y'all believe that women are keeping women single? So let me kind of give you some
Give it a
backstory to that.
backstory. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was on TikTok. A girl made a video of her getting up one morning, doing a breakfast. She's pregnant. Her and her
Mm-hmm.
dude are together. They not married. They just boyfriend and girlfriend. And she was like, she made breakfast, da 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 da. So then she took a comment from that video and made another video. And the comment was basically another woman saying, I would never do this for no man that haven't put no ring on my finger, this, and that.
Yeah.
And I would never do all of that for a man. Y'all be doing too much and this, and that. And so her reply to the video was basically like, what are y'all talking about? She was like, I got a comment section full of women saying what they'll never do. They wouldn't do this for they man, this and that. And she was like, for one, like my man takes very good care of me. Like, like he paid my bills. I don't work. And regardless of he was here or not, I'm pregnant, so I have to eat. Like, I'm not gonna just
Right.
make my son nothing. If he off work,
And
I'm
that'd be
gonna
my thing. That's how I
cook
think
for
about it. Like,
everybody.
if I'm gonna eat, might as well cook.
Right. And so um I really wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about that line, that thin line between doing too much for a man or just
Mhm.
doing right by somebody that's doing right by you. So I
Right.
think that two things can be right. I think two things can exist at one time. And
Yeah.
so but I do want to address the fact that I do believe that women are keeping women single because of this
Mm-hmm.
narrative that you are this independent woman. You don't need a man for nothing. Like, I wouldn't let no man do me this. I wouldn't let no man drag me in, make me do
Mm-hmm.
this, make me cook, make me
What
all of
I
this,
wouldn't,
clean.
everybody would think wouldn't, woulda, coulda, did.
Right. Another thing, the reason why this came up is because if you know that Cardi B and I'm kind of doing a little T topic real quick. Y'all okay? Cardi B and what's his name? Quavo. What's his name? Quavo.
Oh,
Right. Wait.
Offset, please.
I'll say. Okay. I smoked too soon. Smoked too soon. Y'all know what I
Oh
mean?
my god.
Uh, Offset, Migos, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B and him broke up, and um beat Simone Biles and her man. They together, they married, right? But it was this. I said them two people to say that y'all remember when everybody was saying, "Oh, leave." Leave. Offset the moment he started cheating on Cardi B and this and that. Then y'all
Mm-hmm.
told Simone Biles to leave her man because he said that he didn't know who she was and that she was the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had their own thing, but I just feel like women, I'm gonna say black women. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just say it. Black women in particular, I feel like they do not like to see other black women be loved. And the reason I say that is because the first sign of any type of problem in a relationship is always, oh, leave that person. And as
Mm-hmm.
we seen for the Olympics, like I mean not Gabby, Simone Biles' husband is very supportive of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been her story. Like, yes, I didn't know who she was. That don't mean we can't cultivate a beautiful marriage now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or a real relationship now. And then with Cardi B and Offset, um the first, I'm not saying that you're supposed to stay and get done in, but that was the first if sign that was the first time he cheated. That was the first advice that people gave, black women gave. Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
need to leave him. It wasn't like, here's some therapists that you can go to, here is some books y'all both can read as married couples to get a better
Yeah.
understanding of what marriage is supposed to be, or whatever the case is. And I just hate the fact that I feel like we've been at this war with men and women, but truth be told, I feel like it's women that don't like to see other black women be loved, especially if
Yeah.
they're not being loved.
Yeah. And I say that a lot because you know how I talk about those girls that I follow on Facebook that are very headstrong, and you even seen a few of them in the comments of
Right,
that post I shared about marriage and if it benefits men or women or whatever. I don't
right.
even remember. I don't even think that's how the post started. It's just that's just where they took it. It started about women dating white men. I think that's what it was.
Exactly.
What?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes.
That's just what I took it to. And we talk about this all the time on this podcast about people taking other people's baggage and putting it on their back. And that's just what I think a lot of that comes from. I mean, and I told you, remember how I said earlier, I said my opinion probably gonna be like, because I stay out of conversations with girls like that. Like, you can't sway my judgment. You can't sway my opinion. If this is what I'm doing it. If y'all having a discussion or girls or saying, oh, you don't need to move in with a man, y'all shouldn't be living together in a relationship stage. I want to get married before I live together. What I told you earlier, because bitch, I ain't got nothing to say about that. I don't got no back and forth with you. I'm gonna do what I do because that makes sense for my household. I know the gist of our
Okay, I want to
relationship.
talk about that. I got something to say about that, but go ahead.
I know the ins and outs of our relationships. I know you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I know what benefits me and what benefits him. And I know why we doing what we doing. It ain't just because,
Right.
oh, you ain't got nowhere to stay. You ain't got nowhere to stay. Let's stay together. No, the fuck. We both had
Right.
places to stay whenever we met each other. Like, we both still
Right.
have places to go if we leave each other. Like, we ain't down bad on our ass. Ain't nobody hobo, what they call it? Homosexual,
Homosexual.
trying to find a place. It ain't that. Like, it's just we ain't in a space to where we felt like we needed to get married yet. And married yet. And some people was talking about Janae Aiko. I don't know if you've seen that recently. Some people was talking about Janae Aiko and Big Sean because he recently did an interview and he was saying they've been together since 2016, but they ain't married because they both still have some work to do on themselves.
Right.
Which
Okay.
could be true, but I don't understand why people act like it's like a time limit. Like, if you don't do something in this time, then that must mean he don't love you or X, Y, and Z. If you haven't put them
Uh,
boundaries in your relationship, that shit, you can't really get mad if it ain't been done in that time. You know what I mean? You ain't even
well,
said.
to me, I feel like me. I'm be honest. We might not agree on this, but I feel like it's a cop out. I feel like it's a cop out because I also feel like people will say that, but at the same time, if that's the case, why would it be okay to be have a baby with the same person you feel like, oh, we not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like why
I
would
don't
you
know.
bring somebody in, why would you bring somebody else in, a child, innocent child, in a situation to where you feel like if it's not good enough for marriage, then it's not good enough to bring a child in the world. So I feel like it's a
Right.
cop out. And two, and I also say this too because I've heard from many men, married and single men, that most men know whether they gonna marry a woman within like a short period of time. I can't remember what people say, but it be less than like 2 years, 3 years. Like, people be like, oh, we know right away. And I've also seen this. People, not people, men will like be with a woman for years upon years, and then if it doesn't work out, you will find them with another woman and they married like that. And I feel
But
like too, it's
that
because it's almost
I
like a
just think
waiting
that
game.
other woman made those boundaries. Some women is gonna say, "Hey, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna be together." And some women
Yeah.
are hoping that you are the one who say, "Hey, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna be together." They sometimes they hope to get that from the man, and some women ain't vocal enough in their relationships, and that's why I say
Right.
it's hard to try to kind of gauge and judge that because she might not even know she want to get married right now. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It ain't always just do why he ain't
Oh, I
married
think
her.
she know. I think if we talking about Big
I
Sean,
don't.
right?
I don't. You be so sure about all women wanting a wedding, a marriage. I'm
No, no,
really
no. I'm
starting to
talking about
find
from
out that
what
that's
she
not it.
said. I'm talking about what she said on stage. Did you see the clip of her? Was like,
Oh,
what
Courtney
ring?
or
Where's,
who? Or
huh?
Janae? Janae?
Janae. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. I can
her.
see on Janae in them situation though. Both of them are very. Um, I don't want to call it woke, but they're very open about like therapy, their journey and stuff. So I can see how two people like that together would be difficult because, oh, I'm always in my feels, I'm in my moods. You need to know the perfect way to talk to me. If you don't talk to me the perfect way, then X, Y, and Z. Like, I have a sister like that, I ain't gonna lie.
But
She
what would be the difference between doing that every day than doing that every day and saying you met. Like, what's the difference? Like, what do people feel
What you
view
mean doing that every
themselves?
day?
Like, okay, so you saying that I could, you could see them being two like different people, like to where they be in their feelings and stuff like that about certain things.
No,
Like
they're the same in
ultimately,
that way. When
right? They
I
both
say
be in
that
their
they're
feelings.
the same. Yeah.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if we ultimately gonna be in a relationship together, live together, do all these things together, and we both gonna be in our feelings every day anyway, like what's the difference from saying, okay, we gonna both be in our feelings and we married together every day? What's that? Like, what do people assume the difference is?
I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, I don't think that I was even thinking about marriage at first when we first got together. Like I'm thinking
Right,
to see
right,
if this gonna last, is this gonna work? Do we really like each other that well?
right.
We've been together for a while now, and now I'm starting to think about marriage. But I'm at well, we at the 4 or 5 year mark. Women would say, "Oh, if I got to 5 years, I ain't had no ring, then it's up. It's time to go." I didn't even
Well,
start thinking
I
about
don't
getting
think
married till
that's
last
true either.
year. Like,
I don't think that if you say, oh, in 4 or 5 years I would have been done. I think too, like you say, it's about when you realize, because I feel like too, a lot of men
yeah,
don't know the
it's when you want
importance
to.
of. Right. Or when you know to have the knowledge of what it even means. Because some people don't know the importance of being married. So it's like,
Yeah,
what am I in a rush to know do something that I don't know nothing about? You know what I'm saying?
right.
And they haven't either seen it in their life, they ain't never really had nobody else like show it to them or care enough to tell them about it or nothing like that. So sometimes it can be that. So I wouldn't say, oh, if somebody ain't married me in 3 or 4, 5 years, then I'm done with them. I would pose the question if I felt like I was ready to pose that question with that particular person, and
Right.
then go from there on how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll know, okay, is this somebody that I could keep on doing another 5 years with and not worry about being
Mhm.
married? Or is this somebody I need to let know my standard and let go? You know what I'm saying? Or not even just let
Yeah.
go, or give them an opportunity to say, okay, this is what we need to be working towards. And if
Right.
you need help with learning about what it means, or how it can benefit you, or whatever the case may be, or how it will change your life. Because that's what a lot of people, a lot of men, I'll say that, a lot of men feel like it's going to change their life in a negative way. So they're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
in a
yeah.
rush to do it.
Drastically, like
And
they gonna not be
you
able to
can't
do
do
what they
this, you
used to
can't do
do
this.
or
It's
you.
almost kind
Yeah.
of like being a Christian or following Christ. Like, it's like
Mhm.
everybody be now don't be in a rush to do it, because people hear so much about what you can't do. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
they don't hear the good of it. So I feel like that should be more talked about than anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's see what it's about. Not just, oh, we done because you ain't asked me to marry me. Like, let's see.
And I don't even think. I just think the internet is a place where people voice things that they wouldn't even do in real life because
That too.
a lot of people that girls be in relationship with be just like how I said when I started. We just trying this out. You don't even know if you want to be married to that person. That's what I mean
Right.
by women don't even be knowing. Like, yeah, we a lot of us might want marriage, but a lot of us want an ideal partner. You don't even know if that's your ideal partner. You don't even know if that's the person you really, like you said, willing to spend another 5 years with. Like
Right.
you're not sure of that.
Right. So do you
Shit, a
believe
lot of
that
women
it's
get proposed to and say yes and don't be sure.
right? That's true. So do you believe that it is a time frame of how long you can know if you're sure or not? So say I'm talking about from the time of knowing that you personally want to be married, man or woman, want to be married, to the time of doing it with your partner, and your partner also knowing. Like, say for instance, y'all on the same boat right now, and you say, oh, I
Mhm.
want to be married, and okay, I want to be married too one day. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So now that we both established that, do you think that it's a time frame that there should be, or it should just be like,
No, because I think that in every person's life, um, the standard for what I have, what I want, what I'm doing is different. The standard is always
okay,
some people could go get married at the courthouse and be cool. Some people feel like they
right,
have to have a dream drastic wedding and oh, let me
hmm,
save up, let us wait, let's be engaged for 3 years and let's try to do X, Y, and Z. But some people like, I love you, I feel like that's good enough, let's go. So I feel like it's a standard of what you want, not just marriage to look like, but your wedding. Some people take it that far. Like, aesthetics is big these days. People, you know, they do a lot for
Well, okay. Well,
how it look.
right. So let me play devil's advocate for this point then too. Do you think that people can? Because I know, like my friend Joy, her brother, they just went to St. Thomas. Well, her brother just got married in St. Thomas,
I see
right?
that. Mm-hmm.
But they been married. They been married. They went to the courthouse, didn't tell nobody, just went to the courthouse and got married. So do you think that if you want a wedding, do you think that you could still, or you think some people really just have the standard of no wedding until it's a wedding, no marriage
Um,
until it's a wedding,
I don't know. I can't
or
speak
would
for
that
other people.
person be shallow?
Huh?
Would that person be considered shallow if they felt like that? Because we do always talk about
Yeah,
y'all be more
that's what I was
worried
just gonna
about
say.
the
It's some.
wedding than the marriage.
Exactly. And that's why I say it's some, I don't even want to just put that on women, but it is mostly women that are like this. And like, I can't do X, Y, and Z unless it's a certain way. And I mean, like, not even just,
Right.
they don't even just a wedding for them. That's anything. They not going to go nowhere. Their car going to look a certain way. They not going, that's just like
Yeah.
they stand. Some girls are up here when it comes to high maintenance and standards. And some girls
Right.
are, you know, so I think that, depends. Somebody in the comments said, C Love Jones says, my husband and I dated for 8 years before we married, and I was fine with that. It worked for us. That's what I mean. I mean, I want to know though, did you, when you got in the relationship, like, were you requiring marriage of your husband? Did you tell your husband, hey, I want
Right.
to be married one day? Like, so y'all know y'all can at least stay together? Because I think a lot of women try to change women, men mind too sometimes. They try to,
They do.
you know,
Yeah.
trick them into want to be married. Like at the very beginning, if he said he didn't want no kids, he didn't want no marriage, baby. That's what it is. His mind is made up. He thought about that very
Right.
thoroughly before he said that to you.
Right. Right.
And I know people do
Yeah.
change their minds sometimes over time, but I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't see it changing that drastically. That's a lot to flip over.
Right. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I, I'm trying to think about like, did I care? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna try
I
to sit here
know
and
you
front and
cared.
front.
I know you
Look,
cared.
like, let me say, cause I just sit up here thinking about it, like, even like to the point to where people might not believe me, but I promise y'all I'm not lying on my mama. Like, I know, like, literally right before. That's why I say it must have had to be God. I don't know what it was. I ain't gonna lie on God, but it had to be something because because I had been telling, like, literally the before Kari was conceived, me and
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, like, I swear to God, Kari was conceived on a coming out of a, like, I'm not having sex until I'm married type of thing. Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
I was telling him, I'm like, I'm not having sex no more, like, until I'm married. Like, either you gonna be with me and be okay with that, or we gonna get married. Like, which one is it? Like, like, type thing. And like, literally, like, I had went strong for, like, I want to say like a good year and a half, like, of our relationship. I promise,
Damn.
like, exactly. And I had went strong, and I was like, I'm not
And that's
doing
that
it.
young
And
hot cat. You know that young hot cat.
no,
That's that
but you
young
know what?
hot.
But you know what, T? Like, I personally, I'm gonna be honest and open with y'all. I really did want to. I wanted to have sex, but I also used to always say, like, I do not want to be with a man and have a baby and be a baby mama. I just used to. I don't think like that no more. I don't think like that no more. But because of the friends that I've had, all my friends had kids before me, and it was very bad experiences with their baby father. And so I used to
Mm-hmm.
always say the only way that I could prevent this, because you don't know who a man is until it's over. Like, it's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say, oh, I wouldn't die baby mamas because of this, but I've watched my friends be with dudes that seemed good, like seemed very like good legit dudes, and then
Yeah.
they got a
Yeah.
baby, and then it all went south. So I used
Right.
to always say, like, I don't want to be a baby mama. I don't want to be a baby mama. Like, oh, that's so lame. Like, that's so lame. And not no sweat on my friends, but just me personally, who I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be that. And so
Mm-hmm.
that was really my thought behind it. It wasn't because I could be saying, oh, that was the right thing to do for God and all that. But it really was that. It was just really, I didn't want to be a baby mama. Like, I didn't want to be
Yeah.
with nobody and not be a wife in you know what I'm saying? All of it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
So,
a good standard. You know what I said? But at least you had that boundary. You had a standard to start with. I think
right.
and this is, I thought about this the other day. I don't know what I was thinking about, but I thought about something that you said, and I was thinking, if this, I made this analogy in my head. If this is the goalpost for like righteous, you know what I'm saying, everything you need to do, you probably grew up and didn't stray too far from the goalpost.
Who,
But we
me?
be talking to, yeah.
Oh.
And I'm thinking about like my experience and stuff, and I'm thinking like I don't got nobody in my family to show me what faith or religion I want to be a part of. Nobody in my family married, so I'm moving further and further from this goalpost of
Yeah.
and all I to what I'm doing to chop it down is to learn, but I got way more learning than you know what I'm saying. So that's why I
You
feel like a
have
lot of
way
people.
more learning than experience, basically, what you
Yeah,
saying.
well, no, yes, that
Right.
part. And compared to somebody that didn't need the experience because they got the firsthand, like to see it. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to
Yeah.
teach it to them, to be right there
And that's what I
firsthand.
mean by experience. My mama being there. Like I had the
Exactly.
highest
Yeah.
view of it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's what made me
I
think of
agree.
that is the love. See, Love Jones said, "No, I didn't require marriage. All I required was a healthy courtship." And I think that's what I was thinking of at first too, because I had been through so many unhealthy relationships. I ain't never seen my mama married. Ain't my aunt? One of my aunties is married, but she ain't been with her husband for almost 20 years, and they still married. So that was toxic to me. I have seen marriage, but that didn't look right to me. You know what I mean? Like it
Right.
didn't
And
look
that's what
like.
I was about to say. That's probably another thing why she said she didn't desire that. She just desired something healthy. Maybe from her childhood, what she's seen as marriage
Yeah.
looked like, it didn't look like a good thing to do.
Right. And like we talk all about all the time on this podcast, everything that we went through is gonna shape our perception of shit. So
Most definitely.
when I get in a relationship, like I just mentioned before she even said that, like I wouldn't think about getting married. I'm trying to see if this is a good nigga. That's all. Right
Right.
now, I'm trying to see if this is a nigga that's good, if he gonna take care of me, is he, a provider, if he do I actually like him? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because my last nigga was a provider too, but he was also a cheater. So,
Right.
gotta have a healthy balance there. But like I
Right.
think at the point that I'm unlearning, all the dumb shit that I either have seen or did not see it. At the point that I'm at with unlearning shit and relearning shit, I'm starting to see the value in marriage. At first, I can't say I did because I wasn't even thinking about it. All I was, like I said, thinking about was having a good man, like a
Right.
man that's gonna take care of this house, a man that's gonna. And then, at the beginning of like relationships for me, uh, it was always not transactional, but it always seemed like a man, if he was gonna do something for you, you had to be doing something for him.
Even
You know what I
something
mean?
else.
Like my one of my exes used to act like if he was gonna pay majority of the bills in the house need to be cooked, clean all times, which is that's not a bad
Okay.
standard to have. That's cool. But
Right.
if you
Right.
don't have no reasoning behind it, and you feel like all you gonna ever do is sit and play the game on your off days, or sit and chill and do what you want to do, and I'm gonna
Right.
be a slave to the house, no. Because
Right.
it ain't
Right.
like I
Right.
didn't have to work at all. It ain't like he was saying, baby, quit your job. He didn't say that.
Right. Right. He just wasn't saying you got to give me something.
Exactly.
So with that being said though, because you said that when men do something, they always feel like it has to be something in return. I was listening to another
I help a
podcast
person.
earlier. Right. I was listening to another person podcast earlier today, and the men on the show were it was two women and two men, and they were asking, do women feel pressure because they doing a whole like celibacy thing, like they not having sex or whatever for like a challenge or whatever. And he was asking, he was like, do you think that women feel pressure? And what her response was really
Yes.
true. She was like, I don't feel like we pressure in a way to like, oh, you forcing me to have sex with you. But I think that she said, I think that we feel pressure in the fact that I have to do this to keep him. Because
Yeah,
so
not
many
even just that, just knowing that's what pleases a man and that's what he likes. Like, I
right.
like to go
And if I
shopping. I
don't do
like
it,
to do that.
somebody else will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like he doing the things that you like, you know, you got to do the things that he like. And if sex
Right.
is what he like, and if that's what he want, then shit, you know what I'm saying? Even if you, that's why it feels like a pressure. And that's crazy that you say that because I've seen some videos of women talking more about that and how they used to say like how back in the days it seemed like a chore.
Yeah.
It's why I think we still getting away from that too. That was another thing
Yeah.
I was gonna mention earlier about Big Sean and the whole baby before marriage thing. That's another thing I think we just still getting away from too, because we was breeders at first. We wasn't able to get married, and I think I say
Right.
this all the time about stuff still being in our DNA in some type of way. It might not be, you know what I'm saying, some kind of trauma in our DNA. So
Yeah.
I do think we are still getting away from a lot of things because people, I don't even feel like black people think twice about having a child. Like
Right.
not twice. I was listening to a podcast earlier about a woman saying she was doing IVF and all this other stuff to want to have babies, and they had thought it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? They got X, Y, and Z plans. They saving
Right.
up money. They're doing all this, and the person that she was gonna adopt for because the IVF wasn't working, the lady that she was gonna adopt from said they had already had two children, and she was married. She had a husband. They had already had two children, and but they wanted to focus on their career. So black people don't. I don't ever hear what what. I don't never
Right.
hear that. I mean, I'm not saying it ain't a thing, but it's not a common thing. If
Right.
anything, we feel guilty for not having that baby.
Right. 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 No, really. Yeah, I agree. I think that and just to bring back my point about the pressure that women feel to have sex with men, especially once they've already done it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't done it, you kind of like, I don't care if you leave me, I ain't gave it to you yet anyway. But once you have already done it, it's kind of you kind of feel pressure to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what she was saying was basically she was like, was she because she was one of the women was not still not married. One of them married now, but she was saying she's finding it easier to do the celibacy and not have sex with men. For one, she not in a committed relationship at all, and she said too, um, when she thought about what she had said, like I did it because I knew he would leave if I didn't. She was like,
Yeah.
I had to train myself to be more worried about God leaving my side. You know what I'm saying? We don't think about it like we think about, you know what I'm saying? Like we think about it as like, oh, this man gonna leave me, but you don't care about how God feel about this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like she said that's what made it easy for her to like say, I'm gonna do this because she felt like she was making his needs more important. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Than what she knew was the right to do or what she should have been doing or whatever. But re- real quick before we get off, because we look like we coming up on 45 minutes now.
Okay.
Um, I know you probably been seeing no. I know you probably been seeing the Talitha James stuff on TikTok.
Is
Talitha
that the girl?
James said she that moved to Houston and then moved back and then come to find out she had moved to Houston for a man.
No. Wait, the one that was
Okay.
homeless. She was homeless when she got to Houston or something like that. Not that
Not
one.
real homie.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Okay. Okay.
No. So okay, so y'all probably know Talitha James. So Talitha James was a normal girly doing
Mhm.
regular influencer content. Get ready with me. We know her for that, like her little outfit. She used to do the little
Right.
playlist while she got ready. Well, recently, like within the past, since this year started, she has switched her content and she was like following God. I'm following God. I'm doing right
Mhm.
by God and all this. And she had made some hiccups along her journey, which we all do, but because she's a
Right.
content creator, people are
People
privy
were
to
calling out. Yeah.
and so people had already been saying like for weeks and months that before this, they was like, Talitha, she, people been saying like people be going on these spiritual journeys for the content and for the and don't be
Mm-hmm.
really living that life, right? And so people had
Right.
already been saying that, and they were just saying like she need to keep her spiritual life off a line because you gonna keep falling and people gonna keep having to say something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fast forward, she came on TikTok and told us that she was moving to Houston to because God told. First of all, she lied on God. She said she said
Not
God
because God
told her to
told
move
her
to
to.
Houston. Go and told her to move to Houston. Then kind of find out she made a bunch of content like, I'm so depressed in Houston. It's not what I thought it was gonna be. Da, 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 da. And one day she was doing to get ready with me, and she was like, she slipped up and said, because I ain't even tell y'all, I ain't gonna tell y'all how I moved to Houston for this man and da 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 da. And so everybody started going in like, wait a minute, you moved to Houston for a man? You told us God told you to pursue your career, this.
She
And
going
so I
down.
mean, yeah, so she been going viral, and people been talking about how her content has always been male centered, how she need a man, and since a man don't take me on a date, I'm taking myself on a date, and everything
Mhm.
she posts is always male centered, right?
Right.
So I know that's all funny and stuff. People been going in on her. I'm not gonna go in on her. She did long ago, but I'm not gonna go in on her. But how can we how can we discern whether God is telling us something? And this goes across the board in a
Mhm.
relationship, life,
Anything.
whatever. Yeah, anything. How can we discern when God is telling us something, or we're allowing ourselves to be either manipulated by ourselves or manipulated by somebody else?
Oh, I
So
got the
I
answer.
wanted to.
I got the answer.
Okay, go ahead.
I got the answer. Okay, so for me, lately, what I've been realizing is I really be trying to convince myself of certain shit. So
Right,
I talk to myself a lot when, especially when I'm in the shower. So sometimes for me, I can't say this happened for everybody. When I'm trying to convince myself of this stuff, God will literally answer my question back and be like, because that's what you showed, or that's what you did, or that, like,
right,
literally clear as day. It's like a humbled moment. It's like a, yeah, shut your ass up. One of them,
right.
like, yeah. What? Oh, okay. So that's just one of the ways I think
My
that you can
bad.
discern, because you just really gotta listen. You gotta listen. I think
Right,
everybody got that little
right,
voice. People just be ignoring it, because I was trying to do that at first. I'm trying to convince myself, hey, no, that's what I
right,
want to do. So that's what it is, huh? Like a couple times, I'm like, do I want to, is this the relationship I want to be in? Like, do I see this long term? Like, and God is like, well, have you considered the opposite? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like just giving me my pros and cons. Like, have you considered the
right,
opposite? That means, you might have to be by yourself for a little bit. That ain't the bad opposite. You might try somebody that you think, that you in love with, or somebody, you might go back to somebody from your past that you think you missed the opportunity on, or X, Y, and Z. And boom, now you dumb, looking stupid, and you left with nothing, and
right.
you hurt him. And then God was also like, break up with him. What if he fall in love with somebody else and marry her? I was like, nah, Lord. That's where you draw the line right there. That's where you got me. He
No,
can't
for
marry
real.
nobody else. He can't marry nobody. That's
Yeah,
where you got me. I'm done
right.
questioning you. So I just feel like if you listen,
But
you
do
ask
you
yourself the
feel like
right questions and you listen, you're gonna get your answer. But some people, like I was saying on Facebook earlier, some people lack self-awareness. So they're not even asking they self questions. They just, oh, what I think is right. Going off of what I think is right. Like, no, you have to
well, I
question
did say
yourself.
this well, I did say this too though. I also think that the self awareness can be to default as well though, because I feel like people can be very aware of their self and not be
Mhm.
aware of God and his plans for your life. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So even though something might sound logical and a fact, it could be a very well a fact, but it
Yeah.
might not be the truth in what God is want for your life. So I think too,
Hmm.
outside of having your being self-aware and being and knowing how to read the room, that's another one. Knowing how to read the room, knowing when
Yes.
I'm with a dude that really don't care about me. Like, come on now. Like I said, I've been sick in this bed for 3 days, and this man ain't came in and said, "Add back cat." Or nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need nothing. So sometimes it's very uh physical, read the room, but sometimes it's also just being in tune with God and knowing like what do you have. You know what I'm saying? What do you have for my life? What do you plan?
Yeah.
What are the plans that you have for me? And being able to be in tune with that, so you can really know when something sometimes might sound right, it might
Hmm.
not be right. Just because it sound right don't mean it's right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
'Cause because I know like me and mom always talk about like her past and stuff like that, and like sometimes she used to say this answer is no, it's a no brainer. It's a no brainer,
Right,
but
right.
it wasn't a no brainer. It was because to find out
Mm-hmm.
it really wasn't a no brainer. It was her having to go against what the no brainer was. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To really be in what doing what God wanted her to do. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the thin line too. Just having that relationship with God until where you can really discern even when it don't look like, oh, this is what I need to be doing. Because sometimes it
Exactly.
don't look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go with a dude that is broke right now, or go with a dude that got all the money,
This shit together.
but he got flaws. But they both got flaws,
Mm-hmm.
God. Both of them got flaws. So
Mm-hmm.
which flaw I go with? So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes it be, and not everything is about a dude, but like on the job, they both pay good money, Lord. But this one is close to my house, and this one, you know what I'm saying? It pay more money.
Yeah.
This one, you know what I'm saying? Both of them can look right, but if you're not in tune with what God really wants for your life, how can you make sound decisions? That's what I think. You know,
Exactly.
and having about the discerning part, being able to discern, like, is it me wanting something so bad? You know, sometimes we can want stuff
Mm-hmm.
so bad that we ruin it, even if it be like, I thought it was right, I wasn't doing nothing wrong, you wasn't, but
That's why I learned to question and question again. Kind of like before you act, make sure you all the way like have asked them questions. Make sure you thoroughly like really believe in what you're doing because if you haven't
right,
really um like you said talk to God about it or really talk to yourself about it, if you don't know God that well, if you talking to yourself enough, he gonna enter the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you
yeah,
trying to reach
yeah,
out, he gonna enter the chat and he ain't gonna let you
yeah,
just fall by the
take it on
wayside.
yourself, right.
Now y'all do gotta know the differences from the voices.
No, for
No,
real, like
know
they
the
say, who's
difference
your
in the
daddy?
voices.
Yeah,
I don't know what God is
no, for
talking to you,
real,
but he called me my child. That's how I know.
right,
I know. Y'all gotta know the
right.
difference in the voices because sometimes
It
other
could be
entities
another
like
one, yeah,
look in the chat and try to give you ideas. But like you said, you
yeah,
just gotta ask yourself the question. I constantly question my thoughts. Like, all right, Natia, are you jumping the gun on this one, or are you really making
right,
a sound for body, mind, spirit decision? Like, are you really
right, right,
in that choice, or have you made that belief? You know,
right.
so
Yeah,
that's what I
and
feel like it
so
is. Like I said, watch out for them different voices.
right. My confirmation is today. I had wrote this down. My mama had said this while we was talking because I was going over my notes with her, and
Mm-hmm.
she had
Come
said
on,
what one moment in the flesh can lead to a lifetime of being depressed. And so
mm,
this is this confirmation is coming
mm,
from your girl Coco
mm-hmm.
to making. And when I say flesh, it could be out of flesh, meaning sexually. It could mean just flesh, meaning you making a decision that pleases your emotions more than it pleases
Right.
the logic in the situation.
It could be food,
This
baby. You could be overindulging.
exactly. Don't make a decision in the flesh that can lead you with a lifetime of being depressed. And this is the
That's
confirmation
right.
to evaluate the decisions that we make. Like I wish I don't know how to like I don't want to beat a dead horse, but like literally the decisions that we make in life, the moment we first of all, you gotta realize the moment that we wake up, we making a decision.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that, see?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you wake up and open your eyes, like you start making a decision before you even open your mouth. I'm
Right.
laying here, I'm making a decision to get up and go to work, or I'm making a decision to lay down, or I'm making a decision to drink some
To hit
water. For like you
you
make this,
or whatever.
yeah, unconsciously you make decisions. So like when you have a sound mind and you in your right mind, like please just this is your confirmation to make the right decisions and make
Mm-hmm.
decisions with God in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like make decisions with more than just your feeling, your flesh. Like I
Right.
think a
Right.
lot of our decisions sometimes be led by our feelings and our emotions
Emotions.
tell us to
Yeah.
do X, Y, and Z. Even on
Yep.
that job, like it be okay for you. It be the thought of it is it makes sense. If this woman just went off on me at work, I'm gonna go back off on her. Like who not? You get what I'm saying? But that
Exactly.
decision that you make, it comes with a consequence. You know what I'm saying? So my like I said, my confirmation is just to make to be. confirmed to make the right decisions, even when it hurt, even when the
Right.
emotion is getting the best of you, even when the thought of not having what you think you need is getting the best of
Mhm.
you. Make the right decision. Go with the
Right.
decision. And I'm not even gonna say the right decision. Make the God decision, because sometimes a decision can be right, but it don't be. It could be like they say, everything that's good is not God. So just because
Mhm.
something is good, it might be good for you to help your sister because she called you and said that she needs somewhere to lay her head. That might be the good thing to do, but is that the God thing to do? Because you might be intervening on what God trying to teach her at that moment. You don't
Exactly.
have nobody to fall on right now. Tell your sister no, not because you're a bad person. You're a good person, but because you know that God is doing something in her life for her to finally get it. Like it's finally happening. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Or your brother, whoever the thing might be. I'm just making a point of everything that
Yeah,
might
yeah,
sound good don't mean it's God. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people have to go through things. Sometimes people have to sleep outside for one night so they never have to sleep outside again. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
So
So they
what you
can
was about
make
to
better
say?
decisions, like you said.
So they
Wake
can
up
make
in the
better
morning, make better
decisions.
decisions.
Yes, and sometimes it take that. So just this is your confirmation to make better decisions. Your decisions gonna count. Your decisions matter years from now. Your decision matter decades from now. Your decisions can deter how your kids come out, your grandkids. Like, so just be mindful of decisions, y'all.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, love that, love that, y'all. This was another great episode. While we sit in front of
Yeah.
y'all live and in public, ain't no cutting, ain't no sex, ain't no nothing.
I know.
We
How
just
we
out
gonna
here.
cut this stuff on Instagram? Are we even live on Instagram? Because I ain't
YouTube let
see
me
it.
cut it a little bit. YouTube will let me cut.
Oh, okay,
It'll let me
okay.
cut it before I post it.
Okay,
To all
cool,
the
cool.
technical difficulties we had out, because baby, that was ghetto. But
No, very.
we will see y'all next week. Back on set. Back. Yeah, we're gonna be
Back
back on
on
set next week,
set.
right?
Back on set. Yeah, yeah, with a live guest. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know why I feel like this. I'm about to go to sleep, y'all. It's 8 o'clock. I'm about to get in the bed, y'all.
Not
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yes,
Grandma Coco
man.
like you call
Yes,
me Grandma
yes. I'm Grandma Coco. Just call me
Coco to the
Momo.
Radio Club.
Yes,
See y'all.
so see y'all. Bye.
Deuces.
All right, let me get out of here now.